Hello and welcome to episode number 9 of the Avro Vulcan build. Aha! I got it right this time. You don't know the half of it. But let's get to it. So, as you can see, I've zoomed out a little bit more than I normally have. I'm still trying to get that, because I tend to work quite close to me because of my eyes, and I'm still trying to get further out in the frame. The problem with that is it's very uncomfortable for me, and I struggle to see because I do a lot of my detail work up close. So I've tried to bring it out a little bit. The problem with bringing it out a little bit is when I put my head forward, that already comes into some of the videos. So we're going to try and just zoom out a little bit and see how it goes. So we got to this area. I couldn't quite, whether it's just me being stupid, I can't figure out what that's all about there in the corner. I just put them as they look to go. I can't really see what they're going on about there. I've put it in different ways. I mean, it looks like they're looking at it that way there, but that cutout would be the wrong way if that was the case. Yeah, it just doesn't, unless this is that piece. If this is that piece, then this bit doesn't make any sense then underneath it. But okay. Okay, I've just, anyway, it's together. So we're moving on now. I know it says sand there and white. They've not been done yet, but they will get done. In fact, I will sand those now. In fact, I'll get a knife and just quickly take off those. We've got one there. Just making sure they are sprue gates. I had an incident, I think it was last night, where I scraped away what I thought were sprue gates. No, it was Friday night, and they were actually location pins. Which drew a couple of unkind remarks. Right, just take, there we go, that's that one off. Let's get rid of this one here. There we go. Right. Okay on that one. And we're okay there. Right. So we can move on to our next page. Just to hold them over. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So now we're looking for these middle sort of spars, and so we're looking for D01 first of all, and I believe I have the D sprue already. I didn't have these ones prepared ahead of time because I didn't decide until the last minute that I was going to actually do this. I know that's D21, I want D01. That makes more sense now. So I've got my old cutters back out at the moment till I can find the adjustment Allen key. for the display ones, because they're not quite meeting in the middle. I'll probably end up having to buy a new Allen key so I can adjust them. Got some nice detail on this stuff that I'm looking at here, you know. Yeah, there especially, that's nice. Got them tiny wires coming down. Let me see if I can get that in. Where are we? There's not a lot of light on it, but yeah, there we go. Some nice detail there, and various other bits and pieces. Yeah, nice. Right, so we've got them, and then the only other two pieces, we may as well cut them off now actually, is D21 and D22, and I will be flabbergasted if it's not those. My ghast will be flabbered. Unusual place to put the sprue gates on there, slap bang in the middle of the plastic. Oh, peculiar. They're going to take some cleaning up. Beginning to wish I had done this ahead of time now. Right. So there's nothing I can see that needs to stay on here. Wow, there's so much can't get very close with these cutters. Is that detail, or is that sprue gate? Wow, there's so much. What about this here? It almost looks like a part, but no, it can't be. Holy moly, I nearly said something else then. But I'm aware, try not to. I just can't get over how much they've. Right, let's get something on this that's gonna. Wow, that's there we go. I don't think we see any of this, but you don't want these nasty. Many people might be wondering why I don't just cut them off, but with this sander it probably goes through just as quick as if I cut them off with a knife. Well, maybe a little bit slower, but by the time you've put a new blade on or whatever, although mind you, that is a bit, they are massive. Yeah, fuck it. Oh dear, there's me trying not to swear earlier on, but yeah, we've got just scrape those off. Wow, they are. There we go, that's better. Just going back down there. Good, good, good. Now the other side. This is where the display cutter just wins head over heels over the. See, if I'd have cut it with this one instead of that one, I can go flat against the plastic, and look, it's two light strokes with the sander. It's gone. It's virtually gone the minute you clip. As I said, it's not a great adjustment on it at the moment, but you know, I was going to use them blue Xeron ones, but I can't remember. But you know, I can't remember if the blue ones are actually meant for photo etch. Yeah, I think I might have been using the wrong ones, which kind of might make a bit of sense as to why. There we go. Let's just take that off of there. Well, we've got one more. Right. So I'm just going to do the other one, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I got all them sorted out. Let's get this here. I've moved everything out of the way because I need this to be a flat area so we can get it all nice and straight. We don't want it buckled or anything. So our first thing to do is to put, let's get it the right way, so we have it orientated in the right direction. It's nice and flat, and sections 3 and 4 are going to go in here, so it's going to glue on there. Now I haven't painted this because I want a really good join. I'm going to use Tamiya white. It's a lot thicker. Not too worried about how it looks at the moment because there we go. Now let's get that on there, and let's try and use, so what I'm going to try and do is just apply a little bit of pressure there, and then using the yellow lines of the cutting mat, I'm going to try and put these lines down one so they're straight, and then, sorry for just peering over, I'm just going to straighten these up, and I think it looks a bit out on the, there we go, now that's great, just like that. Now the long process obviously with this is waiting for these to dry, and normally what happens is when I'm, you know, I'll get a bit impatient, so I will glue this on, and then I'm going to glue this on in a minute, so that's done at the same time. But then I will go and do this and this at the same time. Sometimes it's better to wait. See, that has taken, but it's still very it's not a strong join. You're much better. I'm just going to get this other one on so that I can, and again, in reality I would probably advise waiting a good 10 or 15 minutes before sticking this next bit on, just making sure that everything remains straight. So we've got that one on. Now let's get this back down, and I can see straight away that it's not right. So, and you can probably see from above that it's not right. So now I want to give this a few minutes just to take, and my thought is that that's why they've made these, that these actually bring these into line. We'll find out in a minute. So we've got yeah, I'm just making sure that's right. That's right. So they actually go on like that. Okay, right. So again, I still think that this is what these are for. This is what's going to make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Yeah, they're kind of not far out. Not far out at all. Yeah, just need that little nudge there. I'm not too worried because I believe that's what this, as I keep saying, that's what that's going to do. Right, let's just, I'm going to leave that for a few minutes to go off, and then we'll come back and stick those other pieces on. Back in a minute. Okay, so I've actually dry fitted one piece on here. We're about 5 minutes later. Just dry fitted it, keeps falling off there, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this middle one first. I need the black. I just need this. Oh, come on, where are you? So let me first of all apologise if the focus is a little bit wonky at this level. I haven't actually, the lens that is on here at the moment, the autofocus in it is knackered, so I have to actually focus manually, which has its benefits and its drawbacks. The benefit is I know I'm always in focus at this level. The drawback is if I move it to do something here and forget, obviously that causes a problem. And also another drawback, the motor that moves the lens to and fro is a bit noisy, and sometimes the microphone picks it up and it's not a very pleasant sound. Alright, so let's just moving these in. There we go. And again, that's very nicely done, if I do say so myself. And so once again, kudos to Airfix. This is a stunning build. It just, look at that. You put that piece in and it just all comes together. Perfect. Brilliant. Very well done. So all I literally had to do, there was no faffing about. You watch it all fall apart now. It won't work. But literally, I just popped it sort of roughly next to it. I think I clipped this front one on first, this one on second, and I actually sort of kept hold of it. I pinched this centre one together and then just snipped it in there. And it kind of can hold under its own weight. It's not safe enough to leave like that. But once we've added some glue there, and some glue there, and all we've got left to do is put the tiny bit on there, and that's like the main part of our frame done in such an easy few steps. And now when we look at it on our lines, it is absolutely spot on. The mouse mat's in the way, I can't get it all the way across, but it is yeah, that's great. Well done Airfix. I've really, yeah. So then so that's that done now. That just needs to be left to go off. I'm going to pop that over there with the ship that's currently being built, and I'm going to wrap it up there for today. It's a short one. Sometimes it's good to have a couple of short ones, though we've had a few long ones. Next time we'll be looking at the wings, and we'll be drilling a few holes, and we'll be deciding what to do about all these bits here. I've wrote ignore there. I need to check what I've wrote and that. I can't remember why, but somewhere I will have put a note down. Just looking forward, we've got the Bombay coming up, yeah, and the wings going together. Excellent. Yeah. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Until next time, thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget that other build, which is the Formula 1 FW14B. I've just realised something. I think as I sit here now, I've just recorded the opening for this, and I think I've recorded the opening for the Formula 1 build, when obviously we're doing the Avro Vulcan. So I now need to go back and have a look at that and see whether what I'm thinking is right. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.